I want to welcome to the call Mr. Cal Zernamer. Cal, welcome to the call.
Thanks, Larry. Great to be here.
We're excited to have you here, actually. And, you know, you have performed magic, just like Bruce we had on a little bit earlier, but you do something called debt management or debt negotiation. Talk to us. What is this thing, and how does it work?
All right. Basically, debt settlements, in other words, you might hear on the news right now as well. Basically, what we do is, right now, when you're stuck in debt and you've got an average of about $10,000 in debt, it seems to be the average. Someone's up to 30. People are stuck paying minimum payments. They pay about 2 to 4% as a minimum payment.
Right.
And if you're going to pay that off over time, if you're making minimum payments for the life of that, it's going to take you about 30 years, and you're going to pay probably close to 100 grand by the time all is said and done.
Wow.
So what we do is we come in and say, hey, we have an alternative. If you can't file for bankruptcy, obviously people want to try and avoid that if they can. And obviously if you get into Chapter 13, you're going to pay most of it back, if not all. The other alternative is credit counseling. We'll talk about that as well. But debt settlement seems to be the best one, because what we do is we negotiate your debt down to an average of 50%.
Wait a minute. Let me understand this. Okay, the average American, how much do they owe on their credit cards right now?
The average American, I think, is about 10. What we see in our business is about 30. But I think across America, the average is probably about $10,000.
Okay, so let me understand this. Somebody with $30,000 in debt, credit card debt, whatever, you guys are settling and negotiating with the credit card companies and getting down that 50%, so they're only owing like $15,000?
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing.
That's huge.
And we're getting them out of debt in an average of 3 years, as opposed to paying for 30.
Wait a minute. So not only are you reducing the principal you're negotiating with the credit card companies, banks, and so forth, essentially you're shortening the term too somehow? Yeah,
I mean, basically it's a win-win. In the consumer case, you're stuck paying a minimum payment. That's your option. In our case, we let you choose your payment. Now, if you choose to pay about the same that you're paying now, let's say a minimum payment, on average, you'll be done with your debt, let's say $10,000 or $30,000, whatever. If you're making that same payment with us, you're probably going to be done in about 2.5 years.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, how does this differ than debt consolidation or credit counseling and all those other things that are out there? How does that differ?
Well, credit counseling is basically more of a payment program. So what credit counseling does is they have pretty much set rates that they've already negotiated down with the credit card. So if you have a Citi card, let's say, and you go to credit counselors, for the most part, they've agreed to, let's say, knock your rate down to a set rate of 6%, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
As opposed to a regular credit card, where you're in the 19 to 32 range.
Wow.
But yeah. On credit counseling, you're still going to end up paying pretty much all of it back. They're going to take your money, you're going to make a monthly payment, and basically they're going to distribute that monthly payment to a variety of cards and help you pay it out over time.
Right.
But there's no set time to finish this. You're going to end up paying it probably for the rest of your life. You know, that's what it seems to be. And also, just like a bankruptcy, it affects your credit really harshly as well. So
I've heard that credit counseling or consolidation and so forth is actually almost as bad as bankruptcy. It does affect your FICO score, your credit score, right?
Yeah, exactly. Ours does as well, but not to the same degree. Credit counseling, if you're in the mortgage game and done loans before, is just like a bankruptcy as far as lenders are concerned. So if you're looking for a loan, if you go into credit counseling, it's probably going to take as huge a hit to you as a bankruptcy would.
So out of all of them, out of bankruptcy, out of debt consolidation, out of counseling, debt management or negotiation is the best choice, then it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems to make sense to me. You know, the people we work with, like I said, bankruptcy, you know, obviously if you can qualify, that's great, but the regulations are super tough now, so getting a Chapter 7 you can write it all off is probably going to be tough to qualify for.
Right, the new changes in the law, right.
Exactly, so credit counseling, like I said, you can be paying that maybe forever, who knows, there's no set date, and it's going to affect your credit really harshly. Ours is, here's how long it's going to take, and you'll pay off this much and you'll be done.
Wow, fantastic. Call 800-825-2854, 800-825-2854. I'm Larry the Rainmaker Loik, and this is the New Money Show. We're talking about debt settlement, debt management here with Cal Zernamer. And so let me ask you this. There's a lot of people out there that have a high credit card debt. They should call in or visit thenewmoneyshow.com. What about this? What about medical bills, too? Does that work on that also?
Medical bills will only come into play if they've gone to collection. We don't take them straight. If you can't go and get the bill, if it's not gone to collection, it's not something we can work with right away.
So you have a set period that you get the people done. I've heard like 30 months, which is 2.5 years, 3 years, and so forth, with it done. Do you have like special software or something I've seen, right? How does that work?
Well, for our clients, basically, we have an online system for them. So the way it works is we set up a personal account in their names.
Right.
The money that they're saving towards paying off their debt is totally in their name and their control.
I see.
So they got to feel safe knowing that we don't have access to it.
Right.
We have an online system where they can go on and basically check their account at any time. If they decide to stop the program, they can cancel any time and take out the money that they've saved. It's their account. We have a website as well that gives you materials and education, so you can constantly keep up on the business, what you can be doing to help yourself and help us settle your debt for even less.
So it's pretty transparent, back office online and all that, all kind of things.
Right. Once you signed up, you got to log in, you can watch everything happening.
Fantastic. 1-800-825-2854, 800-825-2854, or visit thenewmoneyshow.com. We're talking about debt management, debt settlement, how to get your credit cards down to 50 cents on the dollar. That's nuts. That's awesome. You know, I believe it because I've seen it with my own eyes with clients that you've worked with. And the credit card companies now, they're scrambling. They know
Exactly.
that this mortgage crisis affected them because people are living off their credit cards, right?
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. That's why it's it's kind of this perfect storm where everybody's in trouble as far as credit goes. But
So you're the rescue doctor.
pretty much, yeah.
All right.
And it came at the perfect time, right? Because credit card companies, as you've probably seen already, I'm sure some of you out there, they're starting to cancel credit cards,
Yes.
drop your credit lines.
Right, they reduce the amount that you can get to.
Exactly. So they're in the point now where they're looking just to get money in because they feel like
Scramble time. For
exactly.
them.
So we come in and we say, hey, we want to bring you money.
Yes.
They're willing to listen to us. And we do it in a large basis as well. We help a lot of people, so we have a little bit more pull usually than the regular Joe.
Now, what about this? What about the people that are out of state? Because we have people nationwide. Again, just like I asked Bruce, can you help people outside of California too?
We do it everywhere except, unfortunately, Wisconsin. So sorry, Wisconsin. Except for Wisconsin, we do it in all other 49 states. Yeah.
Wow, what's up with Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Cheeseheads, right? Cheeseheads. Well, okay, now you guys are located right here in Southern California.
Right.
And so if somebody calls 800-825-2854, we can kind of go through the process. Or visit thenewmoneyshow.com. How much does it cost for them up front? Is there a fee? How does that work?
Yeah, well, that's the beautiful thing as well, is unlike, let's say, loans or any other service, we build it all into your payment. So what happens is the client chooses a payment that's comfortable for them. Obviously, it's usually about the minimum payment they were making before or less.
Yes.
And our fee, which is a percentage of the debt they enroll in the program,
Yes.
is all built into the payment. So they don't notice, as far as like an upfront fee, there's no like out-of-pocket expense.
Nothing up front, out of pocket.
Nothing up front
I gotta
until
like
you're
that.
approved and enrolled and you start making your payments. Your payments include all the fees built in. So you don't notice any difference. You just notice I'm paying whatever, $500
Nice.
a month, $700 a month, and everything's wrapped into one nice payment that you choose. which
Now,
is
you
nice.
said about approved, so you're saying not everybody qualifies or something?
Not everybody qualifies. This isn't for people who living in Beverly Hills and just want to get out of debt because
So
they
wait a
don't
minute,
wanna
there's some
pay it.
people in Beverly Hills now are going through a hard time too.
Oh yeah, no, they're qualified too, but just somebody with $1 million lying around that doesn't want to pay, we don't do that. This is the same thing.
It's got to be
Hardship.
legit, real.
It's legit, yeah. I mean, people are in debt. There's plenty of people, if not all of us at this point, that are struggling to pay our bills because
Right.
our job or illness or medical bills or anything, hardships basically. If you're in any kind of hardship, that is what we look for because we want to help you get out of trouble, not help people that are rich keep their money because they just don't want to pay their bills.
Got it. 800-825-2854, 800-825-2854, and leave your name and number and email perhaps, and we'll have Cal and his team talk to you a little bit about the debt settlement, debt negotiation. It's the best alternative other than credit counseling or debt consolidation or even bankruptcy for that matter. Debt settlement is the way to go.
Yeah, that's what we think is the best alternative for sure.
Any parting words that you got for the folks that are listening right now before we let you go?
Well, I'd just like to say, if you're having trouble paying your bills, if you're behind on credit card debt, and especially after, I'm sure, the holiday season, we're going to be even deeper.
Right.
Like I said, the process is simple. This isn't qualifying for a loan. If you have $7,500 or more in debt, at least $750 per card, pretty much as long as you have a hardship, you're going to qualify with our program. So
Fantastic.
don't feel like there's hard
Nothing out of
qualifications.
pocket. I like that.
Yeah,
too.
nothing out of pocket, and a payment you choose. And basically, if you do it right, you'll be out of debt in probably less than 3 years, as opposed to paying for the rest of your life and accomplishing nothing.
Fantastic. I like it. Cal, thanks for being with us on the call today. We look forward to working with you real soon here.
Thank you,
All righty.
Larry.